And but like the one thing I got from him, and I just feel terrible. He just seems so lonely. Like when I was watching that, like the embedded or whatever, he was just in his house. Like he's getting all this hate online, and I personally felt like his speech at the end was a little bit corny. Like it just seemed a little bit out of place at the UFC. But it had a nice message, and I feel like he's a nice guy, and he's just getting shit on like constantly.
You know, I sat there last night. Here I am, a little on the stone side, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what, man? At the end of the day, would Joe Diaz have done it? Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck no.
Fuck you. I would have had an anxiety attack walking to that octagon. That my head would have blown up. Even if I would have trained for 2 years, even if I lost 15 out of 6 or whatever the fuck it was, I would have had the anxiety that I would die. I would die. I could have dealt with the 15 in the fucking octagon. I would have lost the first 3, and then at least the next 3 fights I could throw a punch. I would have got a sweep. I would have got a hip escape, back to my guard. I could do those simple fucking things, but I wasn't gonna. And then maybe the 9th fight, I knocked him down and I got on top of him and the time ran out. So I did a little fucking well. I wouldn't have been ready for the UFC. I would have fucking had a nervous breakdown. So, in my mind, all I wanted to say on Twitter was, I didn't know who he was. He looked like a fucking dork to me every time I saw him. I mean, it's not like he came in looking like Brock Lesnar all yoked and shit. He went in there, he got beat up like that. People were like, he looked like an asshole in front of 11 million people. I gotta tell you something. To me, he looked like a guy with balls. I wouldn't have done that.
Hell no, I wouldn't have done it either. But
I don't like how people say he was delusional. He raised his hand. Maybe he was delusional, but somebody should have said, sit down, DM. Let me talk to you about something. Listen, things are bad. Those guys hit really fucking hard. You were in professional wrestling. They don't do dick in there like what they do in the UFC. They body slam you. Those punches to the fucking head,
right.
You'll hear rings later on. You'll think that somebody grabbed you by the head and they tapped. That's how fucking hard those punches are to your fucking head. I think, but nobody did that. They said, you want to fight? It's a good idea. We'll get you a fight. Train for 2 years and let them know when you're ready. It's not the guy's fault, man. It's like a fight tomorrow. Call Madison Square Garden and go, you know what? I'm ready to fucking sell Madison Square Garden. They go, hold on, Joey. Let's look at the computer. They'll come back and go, are you fucking crazy? But if I get some weird lady and she's like, we can make money some way. There's some way we can make money with this. Or we could build this up to be an event or something like that. It just didn't get built up or anything like that. So it backfired the whole way through. I feel bad for the guy. I would feel really bad if they didn't give him another fight.
I hope they just give him like something, not easy, but just like give him something.
So what weight class is he fighting at?
Let me check. I think it's 170, but I like just put him in another promotion or something for a little bit. That's what.
How old is he?
CM Punk, he's old. Well, not really, but he's like mid-30s probably. Let me check.
It just, to me, I see sometimes, I think it's balls, and I applaud the guy, whether I like his beliefs, and I don't even know anything about him. I'm just saying, like, that's what I thought of last night when I was stoned to the fucking gills. That this guy had balls. That's it. If somebody took it else as a business venture, this guy had fucking balls. Boom. That's it. People got pissed off at me on Twitter. I woke up this morning with 2,000 angry fucking tweets. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. Matt Mitrione got involved. John Fitt. I'm like, guys, all I said was that fucking, at the end of the day, I got to give the guy some credit. I don't care if he got embarrassed in front of 11 million people. Sometimes you got to get embarrassed.
He had some defense. He didn't just get destroyed. It wasn't like he got knocked out in 3 seconds. He defended a little bit, and he's 37, and he's a middleweight.
Yeah, that's a tough age. Well, God bless him, man. The internet has just become a weird thing. I have a lot of good times on the internet, but I see a lot of dumb shit on the internet. And I got to be honest with you, I see 70% dumb shit and 30% of shit that matters.
Not even 30 for me, I don't think. Or at least 30 that, like, on social media? Is that what you mean?
Well, you know, like I told you, Lee,